So we're rocking out here at 500 Startups Demo Day. Yeah!
I'm not sure this is tucker knucking, but...
No. Oh, tucker knucking, there's such a thing?
Oh yeah, hashtag tucker knucking.
What is that?
Instagram feeds. It's living a fresh all-American lifestyle while looking cute.
You've got to have a pose for that now.
In stripes.
You have to get a pose like a Tebow.
Well, the problem is it usually requires a classic car or like a crabbing, net or something like that.
I like that. I like that. So we're here with Jocelyn. She's co-founder of Tuckernuck. Let's talk about Tuckernuck.
Tuckernuck is e-commerce for the all-American lifestyle. And basically we aggregate all the small and large brands that make up this kind of iconic classic look. And we span generations, and we're kind of the first online to be doing this, and we have an engaged community that we're loving right now.
And I think that it's interesting too, because you haven't only captured a niche audience, but also the shops and the retailers and the brands that cater to them. How did you do that?
Well, it's a long story, but quickly we had a prior website, and basically we made huge relationships with all of these brands, and they wanted to be on a fresh, clean one all year round. And so it did take us a year to make all these relationships and build this trust, because they drop ship for us, which means we don't take inventory, and they don't do this for any other company.
But then all the transactions are right on your site, like as if it's a store, right?
We are a store. We're a retail store online, so we take 50% margins, and the brands all drop ship for us. And we had to really focus on branding. And I think with e-commerce right now, that's the most important part of kind of the future of e-commerce. It's targeting a lifestyle and being really well branded so that people can relate to it well.
And let's talk about your other venture, the one that you did before this. What was it, and how did it give you a foothold into what you're doing now?
Yeah. So it's actually what got us into 500, and we kind of threw them for a loop when we relaunched this new one. They were like, what the hell were you guys doing for the last 2 weeks? Oh, that? We had a college flash sale site for college students, and we were initially targeting a demographic, which was 18 to 21, and we very quickly realized it's much easier to target a lifestyle, and that's where you get the engaged community. And so we made relationships with all these preppy brands and all these preppy buyers that wanted to be on our site all year round. And so we rebranded. We realized we were doing ourselves a disservice by just targeting college students, and are now targeting kind of 18 to 45-year-olds. And then we have verticals like Tuckernuck Tots that we're going to add to target babies, and home and pets and weddings, and all these verticals we're going to add out amongst this lifestyle.
So it's a pivot, right?
It's an evolutionary pivot. Is that a word?
It's a little dance.
It's a pivonutionary.
It's a step ball change.
Evolutionate. I have no idea. Yeah, it's different. That's what it is.
And how long did it take you to build the other one? Did you say a year?
We've been working on the other one for a year.
And you met all we just saw your demo, which was awesome. And your co-founders are best friends of yours since you were guys younger?
One of them's my sister, but shh, don't tell anyone. And then 2 of them are her best friends from college. And so we've all grown up together that way. But
have you guys always worked in the retail and marketing?
We have a really nice complementary group. I was in private equity and investment banking, so I bring the finance, biz dev. And then the other 2, one was head of e-commerce for one of these small preppy brands, and the other one was on the buying side at Urban Outfitters, so they bring the retail, and then the other one was graphic design. So she puts the lipstick on us as a pig.
You got a rat pack there too, so that's a nice compliment.
People are like, am I hallucinating? Have I had too many beers? Or are you guys all in stripes? So
you are in San Francisco.
Yes, we're owning it.
That's awesome. Well, let's talk about what you are looking to do here at 500 Startups. I mean, you said that you came to 500 Startups and it was a different idea, but you're showing that this is a viable market. What's the next plan?
So one of the main reasons we came to 500 knowing that this was something we wanted to launch, because we think this was so much more scalable and the vision's huge relative to YouScoop. And so what we did was we're so focused on the distribution channels here, and every mentor that we met with was teaching us retargeting ads and Google ads and Facebook ads and how to master customer acquisition, because we know that that was a huge way for us to grow. And so that was number one priority. And number two was really trying to connect with the West Coast network. I mean, we went to school on the East Coast. We're from the East Coast. And, you know, we have relationships in New York and e-commerce and stuff, but we don't know anyone in Palo Alto. So we were able to really form some good relationships.
And you said you have a background in private equity. And Dave today told women out there, gave them a call to action to invest in ideas and something this year. What do you think about that, and how do you think women can find out more on these great startups and how to fund them?
So, I mean, one of the reasons that I was able to jump into the startup arena is because I have a best friend that launched a company called Loose Cubes, which is a great startup on the East Coast, and she was able to kind of mentor me, and she introduced me to a network of women out there that were all doing startups. And so I think like women sticking together is really important, and they're doing it really well in New York. I don't know about the West Coast as much, but I do think startups are strong with women founders right now. It's the investing side that I think is where it's a little bit harder. And I think I don't know whether it's that. I think what happens with angels is that women start founding companies, then when they're successful, they give back by investing in companies. And so I think right now we're seeing this movement of women founders. Hopefully we'll have some good exits and then be able to invest back. So I think it might be the next step in this process. But
Could be you too, right?
yes, I hope so.
Well, awesome, Jocelyn. If we want to know more about Tucker Nuck, where should we go?
tnuck.com, TNUCK. So,
And your Twitter handle?
@TuckerNuck.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much, and good luck in New York.
Thank you very much.
Rock it, girl.